Hey everybody, Pastor Matt here. I am so glad that we're able to be here together to start off this Sunday morning. It's no secret now, if you've been paying attention at all, it's no secret that anxiety and depression and suicide rates are up. And we can go into all of the various reasons, but what we do know is this is what's going on. And what has surprised many of us, I would say, is that when we're talking to people that are going through these matters, we may be really surprised at um, how together they may look on the outside. They may look like they have everything together. They may look very happy, like they've got their act together, while all the while on the inside, those things are not happen. Those things are not popping and cracking like we thought they needed to be. So this is the thing, is that we spend a lot of time on the outside looking like we have it all together, because even now, even with all of the things that are going on, as far as understanding more about mental health, emotional health and stuff, there's still a stigma. And I think the stigma is, especially amongst us as believers, I think the stigma is that if you're in Christ, you shouldn't be sad. If you're in Christ, you shouldn't be down. If you're in Christ, then everything, heaven awaits you. What could possibly touch us now? And I think that is a very shallow and a very unrealistic understanding of what God has done. Because if you think about it, when Christ came to begin with, He came to rescue us from our brokenness, which means there is a brokenness that still happens. Now, when I say He came to rescue us from our brokenness, that does not mean that we are going to have everything is going to go smoothly in our thinking, in our speech, in our actions, in the world all the time. What that means is that He has now provided step one of the ultimate rescue. He has rescued our spirits. He has rescued us from the penalty of death. And as we continue to go on in our Christian walk, He rescues us from the power of sin and death. But we're not rescued yet from the presence of it. And so if you read in Psalm 23, even though this is David, even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, that means there are going to be times when we are going to be in that valley. If you read through the Psalms, especially like Psalm 88 or some of the Psalms of Lament, we see that there is a reality that we are going to go through some valleys. And I think there's an aspect of it where we need to not only watch out for ourselves, and we need to make sure that we're keeping tabs on ourselves and being very aware of what's happening inside us as we bring those things to the throne. But I think we also need to watch for others, because especially as we get into a community of a body of believers like this, or we're in our community, there may be some signs that we would be able to see from other people that, like, oh, I haven't heard that from them before. Oh, I haven't seen that reaction from them before. And then you begin to, I wouldn't say, well, you could say probe. You begin to ask certain questions, not because you're wanting to gossip. Well, and Lord knows there has been a trend of gossip in the churches. But I think we can get away from that and get to a point where we're like, no, I want to make sure you're being taken care of. How can I help you? Let's go have some coffee. I noticed this. And then as the conversations go on, you may begin to realize, okay, because you want to get to that point before it's too late. Many times, and I'll say this for my own life, I'm very thankful for my wife. I'm very thankful for people around me, because they were noticing and seeing some things in me, some of the behaviors that I had, some of the disconnections at times that I would have. And I would just be thinking I was thinking, or, it was just that time of the year when stuff was going on. And I had people come along and say, no, that's not it. This is something this is something that's different. And so many times when you have that closeness in that community around you, then you begin to realize, okay, they're seeing something. I need to address this. And it may end up meaning where you just need to pray and read the scriptures a little more and just be aware of it. Or you may need to go talk to somebody. You may need to go, you may need to disconnect and get away for a bit. The point is that we need to watch out for ourselves and for each other. There's a passage in Philippians where it says, or if there's any encouragement in Christ, any comfort from love, any participation in the Spirit, any affection and sympathy, Complete my joy by being of the same mind, having the same love, being in full accord and of one mind. Do nothing from selfish ambition or conceit, but in humility count others more significant than yourselves. Let each of you not only look to his own interests, but also to the interests of others. And that's what God's called us to do. We got to take care of each other. Anxiety rates, depression rates, suicide rates are getting higher, and even amongst those that are identifying as Christians and are in our churches. So we got to take care of each other. Stir up one another to love and good works, as Hebrews 10 tells us. So what can we do? And what will you do? Just let me know. Let me know if there's any way that we can help. We would love to walk alongside you to be able to help, either where we could do it, or we might be able to help you find someone that will be of help to you. All right? But don't do it alone. Let's watch out for yourself and watch out for each other. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.